Hi guys, welcome back. Well, 3 games I recommend. This was something I did originally, probably a few months back now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But before I get into that, new setup, what do you think? No expense spared, £12. Now, the games I've picked, this could be really a bit of a cop out, but it's a series of games, and I've enjoyed playing them so much. Don't get me wrong, when I first played the original, I got bored after an hour and it got switched off. But after all the hype of Mass Effect Legacy Edition, I dived straight back in. But I'll be honest, I got up to that point with the hour again and I was absolutely bored shitless. I carried on playing and it clicked. It clicked. Oh man, it clicked so much. Obviously, sorry, I can't get comfy. I'm fidgeting now like a bleed. The game originally came out on the Xbox 360 and PC. It eventually then came out on the PlayStation 3, but originally as digital download. Now, my original trilogy pack is that. That's the original Mass Effect trilogy for the PlayStation 3. And it is, as far as I'm aware, the only way you can play the physical copy of the original game on the PlayStation 3. There's no other way of doing it. Now, back then, as I said, I tried to love the game so much because I'd heard nothing but good things. I also did purchase that. That's the Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition. But it hasn't been until recently that I've given it another go. That, you know what? Oh, showing a bit of leg as well. Geb style. Sorry. Yes, only till recently I gave it another go. I got up to the point where I was bored, and I was still bored, and I was getting ready to switch the damn game off. I carried on playing it, and it just clicked. That was it, the story. Now, if you want to know what this game really is in some simple words, it's a third-person shooter with RPG elements, and that's really it, if you like. If you want to look at the basics of the game, that's it. Third-person shooter with RPG elements. Now, the RPG elements, because also bearing in mind, this is a science fiction game. They're done pretty well. You've got a skill tree. You can upgrade your weapons. You can do all sorts. And there's loads of side missions, as there is with all of these type of games. And it's always that classic where you walk up to the guy and you need, let's just say, I need the thermal pipe. Well, I know where the pipe is, but you need to go and do this for me, and I'll get you the pipe. And it's the same throughout all of these type of games. So there's plenty of that. There is so much dialogue in this game, it is untrue, and the voice acting is fantastic. So let me just talk about that for a moment, because the amount of actors that are in this are incredible, and there is some fantastic actors. Lance Hendrickson is one of them. We all know him from Aliens, and hopefully I'm showing you pictures of them now. And these are only the ones that I personally recognise. All the others, obviously, they're probably bigger in the gaming community. Everyone knows Troy. Come on. But I don't know them. But we've got people from, like I said, Aliens, Battlestar Galactica, The Expanse, The Matrix. So they've got tons of sci-fi background to them. And they do an incredible job of selling the roles. Because what you do a lot in this game is you will have conversations with all sorts of manner of people and aliens, which will enable you to understand what is happening and give you a better background of the story. Because it's the story which is the biggest thing about this game. Once I played the original game for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, that's when I got hooked. And we've blown through the first game, we've blown through the second game, we're 3/4 of the way through the third one. So to try and explain to you guys what is happening a little bit, and I'm not wanting to try and ruin the story, because for those of you out there that have not played this, I don't want to do any spoilers, to be honest with you, but you are Commander Shepard, and you can play the role as a male or a female. So there's plenty of different choices and avenues you can make on your path. And something very quickly to point out, you've got to be very sort of careful at times, because you can play the role as good or evil. I'm more good than I am evil, if you like, or rogue, if I think that was the term used. But whatever you decide to do, your actions and the implications of those actions will carry on to game 2, and will carry on to game 3. So be careful who you kill off. For me, and please forgive me, if you've not played the game, you won't know. Rex is a particular character. I suppose if we look at him in a sort of Star Trek sort of way, he's a Klingon. He's battle. It's all about honour. And I allow him to be killed almost right at the very beginning. So he's not in the second game for me. But I could have played that a little bit different. He'd have survived and he'd be in the second game. So that's Rex. Unfortunately, Rex is gone. Rex is dead. Rex is buried. But that caused implications on the second game for me. So it's very cleverly done in that regard. Now, you are basically... The first game is about you investigating a particular agent, and it's all to do with these hibernating aliens, which will only appear every 50,000 years for the harvest. And what the harvest is basically all organic life is wiped out every 50,000 years. And it's surprising how many times this has happened. And that's probably as much of the story I'm going to tell you, because you are investigating that. That's more or less in the first story, and it carries on from there. Second story is incredible. The Elusive Man, Martin Shaw in game 2. Wow, plays the role far too well.
Shepard, good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vidor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat.
But absolutely fantastic. And then game 3 is all about the war. So this, the games for me, it's about a story, an absolute telling of a fantastic sci-fi story. Now, I'm into my sci-fi, so it's a bit of an easy sell once I got over that first hour and a half, of which I just can't get into this. Once I got past that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Third-person shooting, it's good. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's not the best, certainly on the first game. I think the second game is a hell of a lot better. The third game is even better still. The action and the fighting is done particularly well. The AI is good. It's not poor. You've got to keep your wits about you, because these buggers will sneak up on you. And there's a multitude of different types of aliens and mechs and all sorts for you to fight against. So there's plenty of action there for you to sink your teeth into. It is broken up by the amount of dialogue and grinding, if you like, that you can do. But also, as you're going through, you can read ship logs and all sorts. progress other players, bring people, I suppose, into more of your family, your unit, get them to become loyal because you're helping them out as well. So it's got an absolute ton going for it. There's like puzzle elements as well within there. We've got to crack codes and do that sort of stuff. You've got to harvest planets for the resources so that you can buy better weapons. That's certainly in the second game. In the third game, not so much harvesting, but you're trying to find certain bases on these planets and try not to get caught doing it. But like I say, it's just got a brilliant story, and it's that sells the game the most for me. If you really do like playing story-based games, and if you only stick to the main missions, you're talking maybe 20 hours per game. Bear in mind, that brand new was 60... Sorry, bloody glare on it then. That brand new... I'm off camera. That brand new was 60 quid. Some said at the time it's too dear. And I agree with them. Don't get me wrong, I do agree with them. But at the same time, hang on there, fellas. You could argue it's 20 hours per game, but you're also getting all of the DLC. And it's been brought up to 4K HD. So just to read the back of it there for you. Where are we now? Shepard, highly acclaimed Mass Effect trilogy with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, includes single-player based content and over 40 DLC for Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, including the promo weapons, armors, and packs, remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD. I actually think that's a lot of bang for your buck, to be quite honest. Now, I think I got it on a deal with Amazon anyway. I only paid 40 quid for it. But I did buy it brand new, and I wanted to add it to the collection anyway. But I've had such a blast playing this. This is, at the moment, almost the only game that we're playing, me and the wife, on the PS5. Because we really do want to know what the outcome is. So we're having an absolute blast playing this. And it is just a game that does come highly recommended. I can't really... It's like no other game I've ever played, especially when your actions and cause the consequences, and it just carries on to the next game. I don't know of any other game or any other series of games that have ever done that. And something just came to mind then. There's one particular actor. He came up, his name was Simon, can't remember his last name. He is Kane. Legacy of Kane series. He is Kane. Incredible voice actor. Right, I'll end this one there. I hope I've sold it to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Catch you lot all again. Take care. Woohoo!